Now at 6, the Southeast Kansas Recycling Center bestows big honors on its longtime president. Plus, a teacher's quick thinking saves the life of a student. And
this historic school building is getting its makeover after years of being abandoned. I'm Anthony Saviello. I'll have more coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
an historic school building in Pittsburgh begins renovations after almost 30 years of being abandoned. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. As KOAM's Anthony Saviello explains, the old building will soon have a new purpose.
We fully understand that no one can go out and spend $6-8 million on a building to house 256 slots of childcare and pay the bills. So therefore, we're trying to raise the money to renovate the Washington School to make it into a childcare facility, starting at the ages of infants all the way up through preschool.
Abandoned since 1995, the Washington School is still a significant historical building within Pittsburgh. This building has just begun its demolition. However, despite all the hammers, nails, cracking, and breaking of boards, historical aspects of the building are still being preserved.
The cupola on the front up here, everyone that talks to us about the renovation, this first thing they ask, are you going to keep the cupola? Are you going to keep the name on the front of the building? Are you going to keep the flagpole out front? So yeah, we really want to restore it rather than change it.
Ron Skripsik heads up Point Forward, an organization he says that is dedicated to helping the needs of Crawford County, one of them being access to childcare. An issue he hopes the renovation of this building helps aid.
We have interest, and we're interviewing and talking to them on a regular basis, and we have no doubt that once the building's completed and licensed for childcare, we'll have an operator in there.
The project is mostly privately funded, but has been promised money by Crawford County, the city of Pittsburgh, and the state of Kansas.
We're really excited to see the renovation of a neighborhood. The building's been vacant, and you can see the windows have been broke out by vandals and graffiti inside, and we want to restore something that there's been a school here since the 1870s and really help improve the neighborhood at the same time.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Organizers hope the renovations will be complete by January 1st of 2025. Another beautiful day out there. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it was a fantastic day for us today. Temperatures 4 highs, most of us right around 70 to 71 degrees. We have plenty of sunshine, very consistent to what we have seen over the past couple days. Outside right now it's 58 in Pittsburgh. We're dry, it's clear in Joplin, sitting at 61 degrees. Temperature is fantastic. A little bit cooler, Chanute 59. We have 60 at Grand Lake, and then Carthage sitting at 61 degrees. But clear skies stick around tonight, but that's going to change tomorrow. We have our next storm system, next 2 storm systems developing out to our west. So those are going to bring in some clouds as we get into Thursday. Also, the winds are really going to start to pick up, but temperatures still look pretty good. All right, through the evening hours, we slip back through the 60s, 50s, into the upper 40s once again for us tonight. We're going to talk about all those changes moving in down the road here in just a bit.
Catch you soon. Today is America Recycles Day, the perfect day to recycle a name. Southeast Kansas Recycling Center dedicated their building to James Triplett, the nonprofit's former president. The building is now named in honor of Triplett. Triplett is one of the driving forces behind the center and has been involved with recycling and the environment since the 1990s. SEKR also hosted an open house, an opportunity to showcase their work.
He started everything. 30 years ago, they started collecting things in the grocery parking lot. And in about 21 years ago, it got so big, they actually wound up becoming a nonprofit organization.
If we have any hopes of being sustainable in our activity, we're going to have to try to reuse materials instead of just disposing of them or putting them in a landfill where they're not even accessible.
SEKR processed more than 900 tons of material last year, hopes to reach that same number in 2023. Middle and high school students today attended the first ever Unified Champion Schools Southeast Youth Summit. Summit was open to students with and without disabilities to come out as a pair to learn more about leadership. Educators and organizers explored with students how leaders connect with others, their schools, and their communities. There was also time for some fun activities. The goal was to cultivate the community leaders of tomorrow today.
So our hope is that these students, who again have been chosen because they're really seen as leaders for inclusion in their school, will take these skills, take these activities back to their schools, and they'll start unified clubs. They'll encourage more people to go out for unified sports. They'll just find different ways to make their schools more inclusive.
The theme for this year's summit was connections. Parsons Middle School teachers' quick actions saved the life of a student. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
I'm scared, but I gotta help this kid. I just can't watch a kid choke.
Parsons middle schooler Ethan Brown was joking in class with friends while snacking on a piece of candy. Ethan says once the piece of candy went down the wrong pipe, it wasn't a laughing matter.
I've seen their faces turn from happy laughter to sad faces, because I knew I started to choke.
I knew it was serious when he was doing the international I'm choking sign. I could tell by his face that he was in a lot of discomfort.
Ethan ran over to his teacher, Joe Kampmeyer, who called for help and performed the Heimlich maneuver. Within seconds, Ethan could breathe again.
I'm very grateful for him to assist me that fast, and he's my favorite teacher and always has been.
His parents showed me a lot of gratitude. They were messaging me back and forth. His grandparents, I believe, even reached out to my parents and expressed their gratitude to them.
Principal Gordon says he was proud of his staff's quick reaction and happy to inform Ethan's parents that he is safe.
To talk to him on the phone, and again, the mom, she was very clear that she was happy with the staff and their number one priority being her students' safety.
Although Kampmeyer was the one to perform the Heimlich maneuver, he thanks his fellow colleagues for keeping the situation under control.
There was more people involved that were checking on kids and doing this, that, and the other, and the school nurse and the secretaries.
Yeah, we've made him staff member of the month before also. He's outstanding. This is just a typical day for Mr. Kampmeyer.
Reporting in Parsons, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Now, the school requires training in both CPR and the Heimlich maneuver for many staff members, including coaches, cafeteria workers, and club supervisors. It's not required for all staff members, but Kampmeyer says he learned the Heimlich maneuver while he was in the Air Force. Coming up, the MIAA serves up honors to some area volleyball players. John's going to have details for us coming up in sports, but first, authorities in Oklahoma investigate the shootings of 2 bison on a ranch. Investigators in Oklahoma are trying to figure out who shot 2 bison and decapitated one of them. That horrible incident happened yesterday at a ranch in Tulsa. Reporter Spencer Humphrey has more now from the owners.
This herd is more than their business.
They're just cool.
For Bill Rithke and Tilda Hensley, the 30-plus bison that call their North Tulsa ranch home are like their pets, who they share with the community.
And that's kind of what I was trying to get is, put a bunch of them together and have people come out and look at them and drive through there.
That's why when they showed up to the ranch just after sunrise Tuesday,
well, I come over here this morning about 6:30 to feed.
They were heartbroken to see one of those bison clearly in need of some help.
And I seen one laying there and they were fighting with it, trying to get it up.
But it didn't take long to notice that bison was beyond help.
I noticed the head was gone.
The pictures are graphic, too graphic to share. But from looking at the bison, it was clear someone had shot it and deliberately cut off its head. Then he turned around.
I got looking around and we've got another one that's been shot too.
That second bison, shot in the neck, was still clinging to life when investigators with the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office and Oklahoma Department of Agriculture showed up.
We know that we're looking for someone who's very bold here. They had no reservations about committing this crime.
They think whoever did this has experience.
They removed the head, no doubt, to try and sell it.
The 2 that they shot were the 2 with the best horns.
And for these ranchers,
I don't get it, man.
It's an act so cruel.
I think it's disgusting. I don't know how somebody can do that.
Very few words come to mind.
I can't even comprehend it right now. I don't know why anyone. Why? I don't get it.
Tulsa County Sheriff's Office estimates a mounted bison head can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. Investigators are asking taxidermy businesses in the area to be on the lookout. A little bit later, the season for signings. John has details on a big softball signing for Colgan.
Plus, the winds are going to start to pick up, but also some big changes down the road. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice one once again for us today. Temperatures fantastic across the region as we went right around 70 for afternoon highs, so we'll definitely take that. And it looks like as we go through Thursday, we're going to see really nice temperatures as well. Then we'll start to see some changes. All right, let's look outside. Here's a nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. Looks fantastic. We have clear skies. We're going to continue with the clear skies as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. All right, upper 60s yesterday, and then for us today, we made it up into lower 70s, so it was a fantastic day. And again, we're going to see these nice temperatures sticking around as we go into the next couple days, and then we'll start to see some changes. 60 in Lamar, 63 in Neosho, 60 in Grove. Chanute is sitting at about 59 degrees. We're going to slide back quickly. Of course, it's already dark at 6 p.m. 61 calm winds, visibility is good, and our temps eventually will slide back into the mid to upper 40s once again for us later on tonight. All right, the winds are going to really start to pick up. These will actually start to increase late tonight, and then look at our wind gusts tomorrow afternoon, kind of in that 30 to 35 mile per hour range. This is ahead of our next wave, which is going to start to affect us tomorrow night. It's mainly just going to give us clouds, and then once we get a cold front that slides through, our northerly winds on the back side of the front, a little bit breezy on the first half of the day on Friday, and then it looks like by Friday night, those will start to calm down just a little bit. So if we look at our wind forecast, where's my trash can? We're looking at a knocked over day tomorrow. So you may want to put it in the garage, but it shouldn't disappear from your property, I hope. All right, through the evening, sliding back through the 50s into the 40s later on tonight, but clear skies, so not much going on. Look at the clouds increasing central western parts of Kansas. That is the beginnings of our next storm system. In fact, next two systems, we have one across northern parts of Montana. That's what's going to affect us over the next 48 hours. And look at the spin off the coast of California, right around San Francisco. That system is really going to change our weather up as we go into early next week. Let me walk you through time. By morning, mid 40s. So a chilly start. Notice the clouds increase throughout the day. We'll have mostly cloudy skies by the afternoon. So I'm stopping at 3:30 in the afternoon. Most of us 68 to about 70 for a high. Clouds stick around tomorrow night. We could see a random shower or a sprinkle as this front rolls in as we go into Friday morning. Most of us will stay dry. Behind the front will clear out Friday afternoon, but it will be cooler. It's not bad. High temperatures into lower 60s, but still looking pretty good. On your Thursday, 49 to start, 64 by noon, high temp of 69 degrees. And I really think a good chunk of the weekend is going to be nice, but you can see by Sunday afternoon, rain chances start to increase. In fact, on Monday, it looks like a cold rain most of the day. If you're heading north Kansas City, Arrowhead, Chiefs play Monday Night Football. Looks like cold showers and windy on Monday night. So we'll have to watch that. But at least the weekend looks good. Much colder next week. A little rain, snow possible next Friday, so a lot to watch.
Weather conditions could make a difference in that Chiefs-Eagles game.
It definitely could.
I don't know who it would favor, but
I know.
We'll see. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, NEO hosts Coffeyville in a basketball doubleheader, and a track runner from Colgan High School signs with Pitt State. John Dales has those stories and a lot more. It's coming up next.
Lily Brown is a multi-sport athlete at Colgan. This past June, she took home 3 state titles in track, the sport she's competing in at the collegiate level. And this afternoon, she signs her national letter of intent. The Panther standout is heading to Pitt State. Staying here in the 4 states, Colgan track head coach Kathy Oplotnik summed things up pretty simply, saying Lily is a stud. And Brown says it's benefited her greatly in track to be competing in so many other sports.
It just kind of helps you learn how to work hard, and I'm really grateful that I was able to partake in all the sports here. It also gave me a variety so that I wasn't used to just doing the same sport over and over. So it's good, it's a relief, but it's also an excitement because I know now that after I'm done with high school, I have something to look forward to.
And the postseason is here for college volleyball. Pittsburgh State's season is over. Missouri Southern, meanwhile, qualifies for the 2023 MIAA tournament. And today, the MIAA releases its 2023 all-conference teams. 3 Missouri Southern players find themselves on that list. Fernanda Canedo, Amelia Niels are selected to the second team all-conference. Meanwhile, Kyla Randall named as an honorable mention. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh State Volleyball has 2 members of its team receiving all-conference honors. That's senior outside hitter Janae Thurston, who gets selected to the second team and is now a 3-time All-MIAA performer, and sophomore libero Josie McCroskey receives MIAA honorable mention. And here is the full bracket for the 2023 MIAA volleyball tournament. Like I mentioned, no Pittsburgh State. Only the top 8 teams in the conference qualify. Missouri Southern, the 7 seed, playing 2 seed Central Oklahoma in the first round. That match at noon tomorrow. The Lions lost to the Broncos 3-1 and 3-0 in their 2 meetings during the regular season. College basketball season continuing to pick up steam here in the 4 states. Tonight, 2 of our local junior colleges see each other at the men's and women's levels. Coffeyville Community College playing on the road at NEO. Starting with the women's side of things, Lady Norse are 1-4 entering tonight. Red Ravens are 5-0. Those 2 met each other within the past week. Coffeyville won big in that first contest, 78-47. We'll update you on the final score tonight at 10. On the men's side, same matchup. That game tips off at 7:30. First matchup between these 2 was a week ago. It was a very close game with Coffeyville pulling out a 95-90 win in overtime. We'll bring you highlights from that game tonight at 10 o'clock right here on KOAM. I think it's also pretty interesting going back to that signing, Lily Brown. So good at a couple of different sports. Basketball, one of the best players in the state, and track. It kind of gives you an example of why it's good for high school athletes to be playing more than one sport.
And it makes sense that both require some endurance and, and speed, and apparently she has those.
Definitely.
We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Southeast Kansas Recycling Center, we told you, celebrates America's Recycles Day with a name change. We're going to have more on that. Plus, travel experts say it's not too early to start planning your holiday trips. We have tips to book more easily. And we're going to have highlights from tonight's hardwood matchup between NEO and Coffeyville. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The nice temps continue, Doug.
Yeah, it looks pretty good as we go into Thursday. Temperatures right around 70 once again. It is going to be windy. We're going to have those winds gusting 30, maybe even 35. Cooler Friday, but not bad. A couple sprinkles early. Most of the weekend shaping up nice.
Final sports notes.
Excited for that matchup between NEO and Coffeyville. If it was anything like that first game that went to overtime, we should be in store for a good one.
Looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.